So, thank you everyone for joining me today. It's wonderful to see you all. My name is Michael Smith, the National Consumer Education Manager of Janome Canada. And yes, I'm back from my palatial estate in Collingwood for another Ask Janome HQ. And what can it be? Well, let's flip around and find out. Ooh, let's flip around. There we go. Let's flip around. Oh, and Cheryl's here. Hello. Cheryl Dovo is one of our fabulous Janome Canada dealers. Lovely. Hello. So for Ask Janome HQ, well, we have so many questions. Oh, here's all my beautiful technology here. We have so many questions on our various Janome Canada social media and Janome HQ social media. So I thought we would go over where, it's a lot for me to manage and try to keep up with all these questions. But again, some of the places that you can ask. Oh, hello everyone. Hello. Some of the places you can ask questions. So here on our Janome HQ YouTube channel, for example. Ooh, can I go there? There. Janome HQ YouTube. So yes, go to your browser on your computer or your iPad, your iPhone, whatever, and then type in Janome HQ. Go to YouTube and type Janome HQ YouTube. So again, you'll find lots of resources there as far as videos and all the previous Instagram Live presentations I do. I record and post as videos. When you view them on YouTube, though, they're all very tall and skinny if they've been recorded from Instagram, because it's Instagram that doesn't let me make the video landscape. It stays portrait the way it wants you to view it on your phone. So I admit videos on YouTube that are Instagram Live presentations are not as great to watch because they are, again, very tall and skinny, but hopefully you can still glean a lot of information from there. But yes, when I go to, again, YouTube, we get a lot of questions. Oh, and Sandra Gilmer's here. Hello. A lot of questions on our YouTube channel. So, for example, William wrote and said, your intro is very loud in comparison to your voice. Lower one or raise the other with a mixer. Well, William, unfortunately, I don't have any sophisticated equipment like that. I'm recording all of these on my iPhone or before it was my iPad. So as far as changing volume with a mixer, again, that's a little more sophisticated than I have. So again, I know it's maybe annoying if the intro is very loud and you have got to turn your volume down. And then when I start talking, then maybe it's not as loud. So you got to turn your volume back up. But unfortunately, that's what you'll need to do. But yeah, so there's some questions now. The fabulous Connie Gorman wrote, hi, Michael, I've been trying to find info on my foot C. So, Connie, this is for you or anyone. Again, when you're trying to find more information on the various presser feet, you can go here when you're on your computer. Oh, I'll try to zoom in a little more. Go in your computer here, and then even, Google or whatever your browser is your friend. This is how I find a lot of information myself, because, I'd like to think I know everything, but everybody's got to learn. So often I go online and I search in my browser of whatever one you use. And in this case, I'm looking for information for Janome over Edgefoot C. Janome sometimes uses, again, as you'll see, over Edgefoot and over casting interchangeably. Janome does that themselves, just to add to the confusion. But again, when we search over Edgefoot C, or even if you just, again, Googled Janome over Edge or Janome Foot C, then up here it says the over Edgefoot C. And then here's a little picture over Edgefoot C. It's got a little brush off to the side. It's for 7mm machines primarily. You will notice here when I go to thisisjanome.com or janome.ca also has this information. So here is over Edgefoot C. Again, there's the little picture. And then here is they're listing all the machines that it is compatible with. So it is available for quite a number of machines. Again, primarily primarily 7mm. Ooh, look at all of those. And then there is an over edge foot M. So that makes things, again, a little bit more confusing, but it's all listed under the same over edge or over casting foot. So here is over edge foot C. And again, it's got that little brush there. Now, the cool thing about these feet is, oh, my phone slipped. The cool thing about these feet is, again, they've got these little prongs on them that mimic, when we're doing that over edge seam, it mimics a serger in that the stitch is going over the edge of the fabric. So these little stitch fingers are the same that you have on a serger. And then again, over edge foot C has that little brush. So this foot is often included in a number of machines, or again, you can get it available from your Janome dealer. Now this is over edge foot or over casting foot M. By comparison, that's for the primarily the 9mm machines, and instead of that little brush, it's got that extra little bar to the right, and again your stitches would go over that. So these little prongs here, the little stitch fingers, mimic what happens on a serger to keep that stitch nice and flat as it goes over the edge of your fabric. So again, M is primarily for 9mm machines. C is primarily for 7mm and 5mm. And again, you can always find more information too with your Janome dealer. But again, just by searching, oh, my phone keeps slipping. Whoops, sorry about that. Whoops, maybe I just won't bother to adjust it. There we go. So much impromptu equipment there. Ooh, I'm going to try to make that. There we go. So, yes, then again, you can just Google online and hear some more information about the over edge foot C. Now, when I go back and again, and I'm Googling my results, or again, whatever your browser, there's also a YouTube video. And yes, Janome HQ YouTube or Janome America YouTube. This is Janome America's YouTube. So here is a video.
Creating an over edge stitch.
So again, they've got, there's the demonstration of that little brush. So there is more information. There's lots of YouTube videos. Oh, and Tanya is here. Oh my gosh, Tanya, it is wonderful to see you. You'll all remember Tanya was instrumental in helping us set up Janome HQ. Oh, Tanya, it's great to see you. So yes, again, lots of information on Janome America's YouTube channel. In this case, again, they give you a demonstration on that over edge foot C. So that's how you can find information there. Again, lots on YouTube. So, again, Connie, that will answer your question. And then, yes, I will specifically write Connie back here on YouTube to let her know where to find that information as well. So I'm just scrolling through. These are my notifications. I love when people, Stephanie says, very helpful, for example, about my video on the gathering foot V. So that's always wonderful. So again, you can go to here, our YouTube channel, and ask questions. Sally would like to see machine quilting on the Skyline S9. So, Sally, I don't have one of those machines here at my house, at my palatial estate, as Tanya nicknamed it. And that's why I always say palatial estate, because of what she created. But when I'm at the office, sometime when I'm down at the Janome Sewing and Learning Center, then I would do some machine quilting demos for an upcoming Janome HQ Instagram Live. So then I can do some specifically on Skyline S9. But again, there's lots of blogs on our Janome Life blog all about machine quilting on various machines. So you could go to check that resource as well. Let's see, there was another question. If I scroll down here, Tom would like to know, what's the difference between the 792 and the 793 serger? Those were the special anniversary edition sergers. There's a 793 PG and a 792 PG anniversary serger. So, let's scroll over to this computer here, and we'll see, again, how do I find the difference? Well, here, I'm just on our website, janome.ca, So you type in, again, whatever browser, just janome.ca, and then in the search box over here where it says, like, what are you looking for, and find a machine, you can type in that information there, and then you will then get the result. So in this case, I just typed in 792 serger, and then boom, this is what the 792 serger looks like. Again, PG with that pink gold accents. So the main difference here, one is the suggested manufacturer price. Now again, always visit our Janome Canada dealers about specific pricing, because on our website is the suggested manufacturer's price in Canada, but again, always double check that the individual dealer, they may offer at a different price. They may have a special going on within their store, or, if they've got, overstock, or, when maybe they've got a demo model, for example. So always double check with the Janome Canada dealers individually in your area for prices. But here on the website, they give you that suggested manufacturer's price. So you'll see here, mainly the main thing, 792 serger, we've got the knobs here for the tension controls. Whereas when I go to the 793 serger, there it is, it has the lay intentions here. So some people find these more desirable, a little faster to thread because you just lay it through that slot. So that's kind of a big difference. Price point, again, the 793 is a little higher price point. Suggested manufacturer's price, though, again, always double check with your dealer. But when we scroll down and read the little description, scroll down, there we go, read the little description about the sergers. You can also download the brochures of each of those sergers or all of the machines. Alan, our marketing guru, always has the brochures and as much information there, even the manuals, you can download from here, the website. Alan tries to include as much information as possible. And again, scrolling through the various pictures, and we'll see that, oh yes, the 793 serger not only comes with this gorgeous extension table, but it's got this big chip catcher, as they call it, to collect all your scraps. Whereas when we go back to that 792 serger, we do have a fabulous extension table, but there is no chip catcher that's included. So as your knife blade, trims your fabric, it'll just, collect on the table. There's no scrap catcher included. Other than that, they are very similar sergers, but again, you can find out when you're trying to find out the information and the differences between, scroll through here. This is all under key features, and then the description right in here of those key features. So you can find out more information about all various machine models on janome.ca to find out, and just type in again the model. So then let's go back here. Again, lots of information on the YouTube channel. Can you use the S6 for embroidery? No, the Skyline S9 is the only of the Skyline machines that has embroidery. Skyline S6 is sewing only. Karen asked, is the motor strength in the 3160 the same as the 5300? Now, specifications like that, I don't know off the top of my head, because again, that's all a more service-oriented things, but from my understanding, the QDC range of machines, the 3160 QDC and 5300 QDC, are all basically the same guts of the machine, but they have various different features. So I believe as far as motor strength, they would be the same. It would be the same motor used in both of those machines because they're both QDC machines. But whenever there is an answer I can't find, or that I don't know off the top of my head, I always do like to ask Mark, our serviceman, for example, more about that, because again, there's so much information out there. So again, we can go to, Janome Canada to again find more information. Now again, when we go, Connie again was asking about that over edge foot C, and again I get a lot of questions on all of our social media. How do we find the product numbers of the parts numbers of the various feet? So again, we go to janome.ca in our browser here, janome.ca, and then in order to find our accessory guides, we click products, and then we can scroll down and we see lots of information about here, Continental M17, for example. And we scroll down. If we want to find any information about machines, we can click on machines. Or again, in this case, we want to know more about the accessories. So we click on View All Accessories. So here in the Accessories tab, we've got this fabulous needle guide that you can download and print if you'd like more information about needles. Here, our bilingual accessory guide. We click on that. Now again, this is, I've often demonstrated how to use this. Oh, and Shane is here. Hello, hello. And again, it's a great resource. Now, yes, it needs updating. That's something Alan, our marketing guru, and I are always in the process of trying to update this accessory guide. But it still has a lot of great information. So in the Janome Accessory Guide, first we need to determine what category your machine is. So for example, category A says it's a memory craft, sewing, and embroidery machine with AccuFeed. So machines like our, in this case, MemoryCraft 15,000, of course that would be there. Skyline S9, it's not a MemoryCraft machine per se, it's just Skyline S9, but it is an embroidery machine and it has AccuFeed. So Skyline S9 would be a Category A machine. The fabulous Continental M17 now, again, it's not a MemoryCraft machine, it's a Continental machine, but it is an embroidery machine and it does have AccuFeed, so that would be a Category A machine, for example. Whereas Category B is a high shank or embroidery machine without AccuFeed. So the MemoryCraft 9850, for example, is Category B because it is a high shank and it's an embroidery machine, but it does not have AccuFeed. The MemoryCraft 6650, for example, would be high shank machine, but without AccuFeed, so that would be Category B as well. So you can scroll through the categories to, again, try to find your machine. For example, Category I, that's over here, is all the front-loading models, which are all 5mm, for example. So if you have a front-loading machine, we know it's 5mm, they're all 5mm, and then you can scroll through and find all the feet for your various machine. If you've got the fabulous HD9 high-speed model or the predecessor 1600p, for example, we know it's a Category M machine. So we would scroll through and find everything that says an M, then we know it's for our machine. Here for the 7mm, for example, we've got top loading, low shank, sewing machine, 7mm. So we would scroll through, and again, anything, so that's a Category G. So we would scroll through and find anything with Category G. So here's a list of all the accessories included in that guide. And again, yes, we do need to update them as new pressure feed and new machines are always coming out. But it is bilingual, so it is in French as well. Our fabulous Celine is translated. So in this case, again, Connie wanted to know about the over edge foot C, or overcast foot C. So we can scroll through. It is in alphabetical order, so we would go all the way down to O. So here we've got the overcast foot and over edge foot. Now again, Janome uses over edge and overcast interchangeably themselves. But I can see especially over edge foot C with the little foot here with the little brush. And then again, these Category F, G, H, and I, we know again that's that 5mm front loader, I, but F, G, and H, those are our 7mm machines, so then we would know Connie would need to order this foot. There's the part number for her machine 7mm, that again she would take that information to her Janome dealer and say, here, order me this foot if they don't have one in stock. So this is how you can also find whatever foot and accessory you need for your machine in our accessories guide that's on the Janome Canada website. Another place that we see comments, again, this is our page on our Janome Life blog. That's definitely a great resource, and again, a great place to ask questions. I see the questions in advance. You're getting a sneak peek behind the scenes, because I just got a question today, which I will answer then on the Janome Life blog, that Lynn Mid Quilts says... Linny is her name, is confused about the Janome quilt along, so she would like more information about it. So I will write her back and say how you can find more information on your Janome quilt along, for example, that our fabulous Janome Canada artisan Melissa Marginette is doing. We just go back to Janome Life blog. In this case, just type it in to your browser, Janome Life, and then here is our blog. So in order to find any information you would like about the blog, any subject, for example, we use this search box here to the right, and you can type in, if you want ruler quilting, for example, type in ruler quilting. If you'd like more information on the Skyline S9, for example, just type in Skyline S9, and all that information will come up. So here I wanted to know about the quilt along, so I type in quilt along and press search, and then boom, up comes all the blogs written. So far we're on, let's see, Thursday, this coming Thursday. It's always the second Thursday of every month is when our Janome Canada artisan Melissa Marginette, when I publish her latest blog. So we're going to start part number 6 of the quilt along this coming Thursday. So again, but you can go back and review all the previous blogs. And the great thing is, so even all the way back to January is when I announced we're doing the quilt along for the rest of the year. So part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, there is part 5. Now the cool thing is, then we just hit continue reading. And Melissa's really wonderful in that in each blog she includes a link back to the original post, including the supply list. So you click on that link here, and then again in the previous blog, then she always has, here's the link to part 1, the link to part 2, part 3, part 4. This is again part 5. Now on this coming Thursday's post, it will be 6, and again Melissa will have all of these links included, so you can go back and review. So this is, if you're a little mixed up, then again you can go back and start over again to go through the blogs. She always includes a little video as well demonstrating what she's doing, so again super helpful, and that especially, again, all of the instructions here. So for example, block number 3 for log cabin, they give you all of the instructions. Melissa has given you all the instructions and the diagrams for all of the blocks, not just the log cabin blocks, for all of the blocks that you're producing, how many to cut. For example, in this case, you're cutting 4 strips, 2.5 inches wide of the width of the fabric in red, and then you're cutting 3 strips, 2.5 inches wide, the width of the fabric in the white fabric, or whatever fabrics you chose, whatever colors. So again, Melissa provides all that information there. Just maybe go back and review each blog post, so then you can get back on track. And then especially I love that she's included, these are the dates that for the rest of the year, these are the dates that the blog posts will be coming out. So again, August 11th, tomorrow already, is when Melissa's going to be showing about quilting the log cabin block. So previously, Melissa's done a blog where you're cutting the pieces for example, the checkerboard blocks, but then the next blog is about quilting those checkerboard blocks. And then there was a post May 12th piecing together the rail fence blogs, and then June's post was about quilting the rail fence blogs. So maybe that's where some confusion has happened, but again, you can go back, because like she's revisiting the same blocks twice. First is piecing, then is quilting. So again, if ever in doubt, for more information, you can always go back to previous Janome Life blogs, and Melissa's got all that information there. She's really done a fantastic job on this whole quilt along. It was actually her idea to do the quilt along that she proposed to me, and I said, yes, I think it's a fabulous series. It's been so well received. So again, all the information, she's really done a great job to provide all the information in each of her posts. And again, the little videos are helpful that are embedded in the blogs, but then I later also load them to the Janome Canada YouTube channel, so then you can find them there as well. But they will live in these blog posts, so you can always go back to review. So again, questions you can write on our Janome Canada Facebook and Janome Canada Instagram. You can write questions on our Janome HQ Instagram and our Janome HQ Facebook. You can write questions on the Janome HQ YouTube channel. Write questions on the various Janome Life blogs. I will get all of those questions, or certainly comments. I love to see comments saying everybody loves the posts and all of that too. But again, questions, comments, everything you can write on all of that social media so we can stay connected. So let me flip back around. There we go. Again, what a whirlwind of information, and time goes by so fast. So just a little bit to see, some of the questions as they come in, some of the comments, so it's fun to share that together. So for more information, again, feel free to write us at any of our social media, and some people do email me directly as well, and then I always try to answer them. It may take me a little while to get back to everybody, because again, that's a lot of places to double check, but I really try to, again, share as much Janome love as we can, so you've got a lot of resources available to get the most out of all of your Janome accessories and machines and feet, and of course we always have lots more planned. It's just there's never enough time, but we do what we can. So thank you everyone for joining me today. It's wonderful to see you all. And now, unfortunately, next week I will not be with you live. I'm actually going to be at the Janome Sewing and Learning Center. We just got another shipment of Janome Continental M17s. So yay, if you've ordered one, yes, it will soon be on its way to you. I'm going to be at the Janome Sewing and Learning Center again next week on the 17th of August. I won't be doing a live here because I will be doing a dealer training. I will be training more of our Janome Canada dealers all about the fabulous CM17, so then they'll be able to share that knowledge with all of you who've ordered, or when you come in to the store for a test drive. So I won't be here live next week, but the following week, oh yes, I will definitely be here live to share more of the Janome love. So thank you everyone for your support, and I will see you all again on the other side. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.